The mood on the Australian share market is expected to remain cautious today following another disappointing performance by overseas markets last night. European sovereign debt concerns continued to weigh on investor sentiment as a meeting of Eurozone finance ministers in Brussels finalised the €78 billion bailout package for Portugal and discussed Greece's latest woes without the head of the International Monetary Fund, who was arrested in New York over the weekend. Meanwhile, on US soil, disappointing economic news, with New York State manufacturing slumping in May and some poor retail profit results weighed on investor confidence there as well. After Wall Street closed, we got our final negative influence, with the world's largest tech company by sales, Hewlett-Packard, warning that the current condition is going to be tough and that it's tightening its belt, including no new hirings. But despite all of that negative lead, the ASX 200 index is up 4 points an hour into trade. That 0.1% is coming from the resource sector, which is posting solid gains, while the rest of the market is under selling pressure. And in company news today, shares in building materials manufacturer James Hardie Industries have surged more than 4% to $5.90 after the company said it's going to resume paying shareholders dividends as of November this year and will also buy back $125 million worth of its own shares. In order to do that, the company will restructure its organisation. That will bring a charge of $32 million, which is likely to reduce the amount that the company pays its asbestos liabilities fund in 2012. And elsewhere in the market, our gold producers are in focus following revelations overnight that billionaire US investment manager George Soros liquidated his fund's holdings in gold during the first quarter. That approximated sales of $775 million worth of gold positions. At this stage, shares in CGA Mining are down 6.5% to $2.48, while St Barbara Mines has dropped 3% at $1.78. And finally, on the currency front, the Australian dollar is holding up particularly well ahead of closely watched minutes from the Reserve Bank of Australia's board meeting earlier in the month. That may provide some insight as to when that institution is likely to raise interest rates, although recent employment and housing finance data suggests the pressure has been taken off the central bank. At this stage, the Australian dollar is buying 105.8 US cents. This is Toby Grimm for Young Stockbrokers.